Okay, so we're starting out in a child's pose today to get the back of the body to kind of let go and open up. So come on down. Find your big breath. Big breath in. Big exhale. Take your time here settling in. Looking for that fullest inhale and fullest exhale. And just knowing that you have time here to breathe and come down and calm down and let go. No rush. It'll happen on its own. When you exhale as fully as you can. The belly button squeezing back in toward your spine. Notice where you feel this posture the most. You might feel your hip creases lighting up, your low back maybe, as your rib cage and the back of your hips kind of move away from each other. That distance increases, so we feel a gentle lengthening and a nice neutralizing feeling, hopefully. As the torso expands and contracts, please become aware of that nice massage happening on the whole inside of your torso, your core. Your back is getting a massage from within. Your shoulders getting a massage from the inside, your chest. Even your low back. Feel it loosening up from within. And notice if there are any changes on your mat in the last few moments, maybe paying attention to the effects that this slow, deep breathing has, this awareness. How do you feel right now? Does the slow breath help you calm down and let go? Maybe you notice your mind kick up a little bit. The circus gets a little bit more interesting when we're still sometimes. Just notice that. It's not good or bad, right or wrong. It just is. For your next few breaths, really lengthen out the inhales and exhales. See if maybe you could hold at the top of the inhale and hold at the bottom of the exhale. Feeling that expansion across your body, across the top of the inhale, and that strength in the belly on the exhale. Maybe a few more complete breaths like that. Pausing up top. Pausing at the bottom. Maybe one more. All right, friends. Start to walk your hands out. And we'll take a nice side stretch from here. So if we walk our hands out to the left, make spiders out of both of our hands, and peel the armpits open, we can drop the head low and open up the right side of the low back and the rib cage. Let's breathe deeply into the right side, grounding the right hip, maybe pushing a little with your fingers. And remember to keep some space around your ears, of course. We always want that little space. Okay, let's bring this through center and out to the right. Spider hands. Okay, lifted elbows, low chest. Breathe into that left side body. Heavy in the left hip, pushing in the hands. See if we can open up a little more space in the low back on this side. And let's bring it in through center. Come on up to hands and knees here. Find your nice flat back, and let's do some cat-cows. Belly lifts as the heart pulls forward on the inhale. So we find a long neck. Okay, push the floor away on the exhale. Round your spine. Really push the floor. See if you can let your head just completely hang here for a moment. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, push the floor. So you keep going, you keep doing this. Maybe close your eyes. Okay, find a lot of movement in your spine here. Okay, almost in a kind of caricaturish way, could you find that ultimate extension in your upper back and that ultimate flexion of your spine. And then make sure to get some lateral movement in here too. We want to roll a little bit into the right and the left side. You'll feel some little pops and crackles in there. That's good. Okay, from here, tuck your toes. Let's take a down dog, okay? And it doesn't have to be a wild and crazy down dog. And maybe your knees are bent. Maybe you even just stay on your knees if that's more appropriate for your vibe today. But if a down dog is feeling all right, let's walk it out a little bit. We can always roll the shoulders and shake the head. Yes. And no. So notice with me the backs of the legs spreading open gently here. Your hamstrings will feel a gentle lengthening, and so will your calves, okay? All across the back body, could you also feel nice and long? And notice how all of your abdominal organs, okay, kind of roll down towards your ribs here, and your belly gets nice and long. That should feel nice in your low back. Let's just take one more big breath in here in down dog. And with your exhale, walk your feet to your hands. See if you can take nice little steps, just one foot in front of the other. And maybe, even if you have to bend your knees a little bit, maybe you could walk all the way there. Once you get to your hands, bend the knees generously. Let's just hang, shake it out. Okay, let's start to roll up. So inhaling, press into your heels. Let's roll it up. Reach up tall. Lift your spine nice and high, your heart. And exhale, drop into your chair squat. We're going to lift the toes as we drop the knees, or drop the hips toward the level of the knees. And inhale, stand, lift your heart. Exhale here, big fold. Halfway up on your inhale. And very big fold here on your exhale. Bend the knees, maybe let your head hang. Palms are down here. Inhaling, walk it back to plank. And exhaling, knees, chest, and chin come all the way down. With your inhale, could you just slide your heart forward into a cobra? Okay, exhale, roll it down. Let's take a few cobras here. Inhale, pull your heart up. Exhale, release your heart down. Okay. Now this might be perfectly fine for you. Maybe you'd like to move a little bit more in your back. You can take your fingers out to the side and make spider hands. Keep those elbows pointing back and keep your long neck, but continue to pull the heart up on the inhale and roll it down on the exhale. A few more cobras, please. Keep your hips really heavy and your belly button pulling in towards your spine. All right, next time you come up into a cobra, come up into one that you can kind of sustain, that you can maybe start to lift your hands for and reach them back. Try that. Maybe the hands stay down, who knows? But maybe we can really ground into the hips and lift the feet, if that makes sense. Reaching out through the top of your head and your toes and your fingers. Keep breathing. All right, one more big breath in here. And exhale, bring it down. Tuck your toes, hands and knees. Take another down dog here for a moment. Just walk it out. All right, notice how the back body feels. Notice how the backs of the legs feel. And remember to spin your heels out. Lift your kneecaps. And think about pushing the mat forward with your hands and backward with your feet. One more big breath here in down dog. Big breath in. And as you exhale, again, see if you could walk towards your hands, one foot in front of the other, maybe bending your knees. Who knows? Once you get there, fold. Inhale here, press into your feet, roll it up. Big heart up top. Exhale, drop into your chair. Think of dropping maybe a little lower this time. Get the hamstrings a little warmer. Inhale back to stand, heart up. And exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale, long spine. Maybe knees are bent. And big exhale, big fold. Palms are down here. Inhale, back to your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin come down. Elbows in. Again, inhale, pull forward into your cobra. And exhale, let it go. Let's take a few more cobras. So maybe have the hands under the shoulder pulling forward with the heart. Maybe the hands out to the side, pulling forward. Decide which one makes more sense for you, please. Okay, sometimes it's nice. You can get a little more movement with that extra space with your hands out to the side. Okay, again, next time you come up into a cobra that you can hold without your hands, hang right there. Maybe lift your hands, okay? Go ahead and press your palms down right by the bottom of your ribs, like your base of your ribs. And then if you looked at your elbows would be just about right over your wrists, okay? Fingers pointing forward, elbows squeezing in a little bit toward each other. Okay, if you point out, shoot strong lightning bolts out your toes and lift your legs up off the floor, energize your leg like it's a long, strong tree trunk. Okay, so the glutes active, the quads are active, hips are still heavy though. As you're ready, press into your hands. Let your strong tops of your feet rock down to the floor and lift your hips up off the ground for an upward facing dog. Okay, if that's bad, you can just drop it down to a cobra. Maybe one more big breath in here. And exhale, roll it back to downward facing dog. Shake it out here, take a few breaths. Okay, getting a little bit warmer in the legs maybe. Let's keep moving, friends. Okay, one more little vinyasa here, just to get us warm. And with your inhale, heart moves forward. And exhale, walk to your hands. Big fold. Inhale, roll it up, lift your heart. This time with your exhale, drop your hips into an even lower chair posture. So low. Hips almost level with your knees. Inhale to standing, heart lifts up again. Exhale, folding. Halfway up, inhale. And big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale for your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale for cobra, maybe an up dog here. You decide. One really nice one. And exhale, your down dog. All right, walk it out. 5 or 6 breaths here. Remembering that the knees can be bent to take the energy level down. And even we can drop to hands and knees to take the energy level more down. So kind of find where on the energy spectrum you are. And always allow yourself to modify these postures and take or leave my suggestions. Just trying to get you to the energy level that you are looking for, my friends. Alrighty, shall we move? With your inhale, let's get the right leg up and out behind. Okay, exhale here. Drop the right foot outside your right hand. We'll drop the back knee. And we can use that right knee to press up if we want. Find a nice little low lunge. And we'll spend time here. So remember that if it's ever too much, you can take your hands to your right leg and kind of prop yourself up on it, and it's a nice helper. You can also just take your hands down to the floor and really bring it down. So use those options, please. Okay, if you're up and everything's feeling great, go ahead and reach up tall. Okay, think of drawing your knees toward each other, so activating the strong inward pull to your inner thighs. And then belly button is moving in. If you interlaced your fingers here and put your hands behind your head, draw your elbows together, you've made a nice little hammock for your head. What if you could just almost let go of all effort holding up your own head and lift those elbows up to the ceiling as you drop your hips? Let's breathe here. Pull the knees toward each other. Pull the belly button in. One more big breath, elbows lift. And exhale, all the hands come down here. Let's send it back to down dog. Okay, shake it off. And inhaling here, find your plank. Exhale, walk to your hands. Big fold. Inhale to roll it up. Sit into your chair. Exhale, drop nice and low. Inhale to stand. Exhale, fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Okay, palms are down. Back to your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. You might hover here if you want a little extra spice. Inhale, move into your cobra or your up dog, yogi's choice. Either way, the heart moves up and forward. And exhale, down dog. Take some breaths here, yogis. If you ever feel heat building and you want to kind of cool your body down, you can try inhaling through your nose and exhaling through a little hole in your lips. Try that for cooling you down if you need it. Let's keep moving. Inhaling here, left leg up and out behind. Exhale, drop that foot outside your left hand. Let's drop the right knee and come on up to a lunge. Remember to take it down if you need it, friends. Reaching up just to settle in. We'll start to draw the two knees toward each other. So feel that activation between your inner thighs. Belly button lifts. Okay, hammock with your hands and drop your head into its little hammock. Draw the elbows together and lift the elbows up like you're lifting your head in a little shopping basket. Belly button in and breathe. Keep the legs moving toward each other. One more big breath here. And let it go. All the hands down, down dog. Ooh, shake it out. All right, inhale for your plank. Exhale to your hands and fold. Roll it up on your inhale. Drop it into your chair on your exhale. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Palms are down. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, float or not. Inhale to your cobra or your up dog. Heart pulls up and forward. Exhale for your down dog. Walk it out here, friends. Take a few breaths. All right, inhaling here, right leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, drop the foot between your hands. We're dropping the back knee. Inhaling here, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Okay, exhale, drop your fingers on the floor around that right leg. We're pulling the right hip back. Point the toes at your nose. Feel your hamstring open up when you do that. Again, back to your lunge. Right foot on the floor. Inhaling, Anjaneyasana, like you're handing a basketball to someone behind you. Exhale, drop your fingers under your shoulders. Back to Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Take a few more breaths like this. I would like to invite you to close your eyes. It's kind of fun to not know for sure where you're going with your eyes. Take maybe 2 or 3 more, just like this, nice and slow. Okay, the next time you come down into this half split with your fingers down, your hips pulling back, let's hold. Okay, now you might stay on your fingertips, you might have blocks that might serve you better here under your hands, but try to put some kind of support under your shoulders, okay? And then you have options. You can, if you choose, move the back knee back a little bit, but don't move it too far back yet. So I have a little bit of a challenge for you, and if you're not in the mood for a challenge, you can decline politely and just hang right here, thinking about digging your right heel down and pulling back through your right hip, okay? And that'll give you a really nice stretch in the outside of your right leg, glute, outer hip. But a little spicy challenge here for you. Take a big breath in, flex your right foot, and as you exhale, try to lift your right heel off the floor and kick yourself in the face. Inhale, release the right heel, relax the leg, but keep the foot flexed. Let's do it again. Exhale, kick your face. It's only going to go about 1 inch or so. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, kick. 1 more. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, kick, hold for 5. Flex the foot. 4. Lift the heel. 2. Lengthen your spine. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Whew. Okay. Now, if you have a little extra space here, and you probably do, no matter where you are now, maybe move the left knee a little further back. Perhaps ground your hands. And we're going to really flex that right foot and really pull back on the hip. Okay. Perhaps experiment with pointing the toes to the right or left. See which one feels better for you. Toward the middle, you'll get more of an inner thigh opening. Toward the outside, you'll get more of an outer hip opening. But whatever you've chosen, try this. Try reaching up with your right hand. Let's take a few breaths here. Okay, nice twist. In your low back, you'll feel it. One more big breath in here. And let's let it go. All the hands down. We're tucking the back toes. Let's see if we can lift this up and back to a down dog. Take your time. All right, inhaling here, find your plank. Exhaling, walk to your hands and fold. Roll it up, inhale. Chair, exhale, nice and low. Maybe lift your toes. Standing, inhale. Exhale, fold it. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Back to plank, inhale. Exhale all the way down. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Okay, let's take 5 or 6 long, slow breaths here. Notice front and back body, right and left. As you're ready, second side. Left leg up and out behind. Big breath in. Exhale, left foot drops between the hands. Back knee is down, back into your low lunge. Inhaling here, one nice big breath into the front of your body for your low lunge. And then exhaling to that half split. Fingertips under your shoulders. Pull the left hip especially back as you point left toes at your nose. You feel that back of the left leg. Back to the low lunge. Inhale, Anjane Asana. Big chest, legs trying to pull together still. Exhale, half split. Pull the hips back. Okay, keep going, keep breathing. Try closing your eyes. It's really kind of exciting, okay? Now as you move, okay, so many parts of your body are moving. But could you keep that same sense of strength and stability, the two thighs trying to squeeze toward each other as you move, so that although your upper body is moving so much, your lower body feels quite in control. Okay, and then one more. Next time you're down in that half split, okay, let's hold right there. Half split and hold and breathe. Palms might do well, blocks here or fingertips, but something under your shoulders, please, so that your upper body is not just hanging and bouncing. That wouldn't be good for your spine. But we'll start to pull back on that left foot. Okay, that left heel is digging down, the ankle is quite flexed, and you'll feel that great stretch along the back inside of the left leg. Are you ready for our funky challenge? Let's do it. So remember to keep the foot flexed, and you're always welcome to bend the left knee to make it easier if you need to. So long spine, inhale. Exhale, try to kick yourself with your left foot. Lift that heel, it won't come up high, okay? Inhale, let it go. Exhale, lift. Inhale, let it go. Again, exhale, lift. Inhale, let it go. Okay, we'll hold this next one. Okay, ready? Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Okay, maybe have a little extra space now. Try moving the right knee back a little bit. Okay, maybe palms down. We try to have a long spine even though it's challenging here. And then we're thinking about pulling the left hip back as we send the right hip forward. Maybe experimenting with if there's a direction that you want to point your left toes. And then as you're ready, try grounding into that right hand, reaching up with the left. Nice little twist here. Nice breath. Maybe 3 more breaths here, okay? Keep pulling back on that left hip, flexing the left foot, getting that outer hip and IT band stretch. As you're ready, all the hands down. Let's see if we can tuck the back toes and send it back to a down dog. All right, walk it out and shake it out. And inhaling here, find your plank. Exhaling, walk to your hands, unfold. Roll it up, inhale. Sit into your chair, exhale. Inhale to stand. Exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. All right, palms are down here. Inhaling back to your plank. And exhaling all the way down. So let's get a little back extension-y here. So take a moment just to ground before we start to extend the spine. You can just drop your forehead to the floor. Press the tops of your feet down. And we can reach the hands out long in front. Just find a nice, easy, stretched out posture. And let's start to really ground into the hip bones, the pubic bone, the tops of the feet, and even your hands, if you can reach them out far away from you. And as your hips press down, could you feel like your belly button is lifting slightly? So that if I was there, I could slide my hand under the mat. Okay, maybe you try sliding your hand under your belly, between your belly and the mat. Okay, maybe lift your nose here. If your low back says it's okay, reach forward with your hands, reach back with your feet, and float. Okay, so we're going to get the back of your body a little bit warm here so that we can do some nice back extension magic. With your inhale, reach out long. With your exhale, bend your knees, point your toes at the back of your head, pull your hands back, contract the whole back of your body, okay? Inhale, reach forward, nice and long through your toes in the back. Exhale, bend your knees, bend your elbows. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, strong, pull it back. Let's do that 3 more times. Big breath in. Keep those hips heavy. Big exhale. 2 more. Last one. Keep breathing here. Everything long and strong in the back. Okay, big and open in the front. If everything's feeling great, you might reach each hand back for a foot and maybe grab a hold. Okay, if that's feeling great, you can think of moving your feet back as you open your heart forward, but remember to keep a long neck, okay? Maybe one more big breath in here. And let that go. You can come all the way down. Take a moment just to soak up that little back bend experience. You might wiggle your hips. As you're ready, hands under shoulders. Press it up to hands and knees. Okay. Tuck your toes here. Let's take a down dog. Okay, notice how the low back feels after that back extension. Notice if the chest feels more spacious and free. And let's check in with the hamstrings. Notice how they're feeling back there. Hopefully a little extra space to get those heels closer to the floor. Remember, the elbows move in slightly. Hands push forward, feet push back. And let's keep moving. With your inhale, right leg up and out behind. With your exhale, let's drop that right foot inside the hands. We're dropping that back knee. Inhaling here, back up to our Anjaneyasana, our low lunge. Exhaling here, drop your hands together by your heart. We're taking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and we're gonna look over to the right and take a moment here. I'll spin around to meet you. So here in your lunge, remember you can always back out by dropping a hand or 2 hands to the floor. No problem. Okay. You can even use the right leg for a little helper. So wherever you are, kind of find yourself, stabilize, and then lengthen your neck. So move the shoulders down away from the ears, please. Hands are moving toward the heart. The legs are still working here, actively trying to draw the two thighs together. If you want a little extra spice here, you can tuck the back toes and lift the back quad high away from the floor. So strong please in the leg. Maybe even opening your arms, tickling the floor with those left fingertips, and reaching up with the right. Nice breath here. One more big breath in. And exhale. Bring down that left knee, hands down inside your right foot, and we'll start to sink into this lunge, okay? So remember to keep a little activity in your legs. It'll just make it more effective of an opening in your hips and in the hamstring and hip flexor. So keep that little squeeze between your knees. Maybe your elbows are bending. You have a block, you can put your block here, but try to sink down so that your head can hang low. Keep the hips hanging low here and keep that little, maybe 5 to 10% activity between your two thighs. They're trying to squeeze together still. Option here to walk your right foot further to the right. And some of us might even like to experiment with this little variation where you walk your hands or your elbows out to the left. So you might experiment with that. Okay, it's always nice to try a new flavor of lunge. And if you walk your hands to the left, go ahead and bring them back into center. And before we leave, let's just get that bonus quad stretch that we can get here. So if you just look over at your right knee and take your right hand to the inner right knee, you can gently twist your chest open. Decide if this is enough. Maybe you just want to hang out right here. And that'd be fine. And you can also be up on your hands here instead of down on your left elbow. If you like, you can bend that left knee, point the left toe at the back of your head, and reach back with the right hand. And you get a great quad stretch. Pulling that heel, the left heel towards your glute. All right, let's try to come out of this slowly without exploding. Just one step at a time, back yourself out and see if you can make it back to a down dog from here. Take your time, maybe a hands and knees rest or a child's pose rest is where you'd like to be here. We're just gonna take a vinyasa. So if you'd rather skip the vinyasa, please do take a little rest time instead. I'll meet you in down dog. Here we go. Inhaling here, plank. Exhaling to your hands, fold. Roll it up, inhale. Chair, exhale, drop low. Lift your toes. Back to standing, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Very big fold, exhale. Palms are down, inhale for plank. Exhale, knees touch chin all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right. We all made it back to down dog. Take a couple breaths here, just shaking it out. And we'll do the other side. Okay, inhaling here, left leg up and out behind. Exhaling here, left foot drops between your hands, back knee down. Inhaling here, Anjaneyasana, Low lunge. Exhale, hands together. Turn it into a twist. Right elbow to the left knee. Looking to the left. Pause. And settle in. I'll spin around to face you again. So remember your long spine. We're twisting, so we always want a long spine. But what a great massage for your whole back, your whole torso, your organs, okay? Your lymphatic system is getting kind of smooshed and drained by this twist. Just such a therapeutic movement. So I hope that it always feels nice, and indeed it should. Hands near heart. You can back out and put hands on the floor. Let's have some activity between the knees, please. Some drawing inward of the thighs. To add spice, only if necessary, please. Only if you like, you can lift the back knee up off the floor, squeeze the quad into the femur, and maybe drop the hips a little lower. If you like, you can tickle the floor with the right fingers and reach up with the left. Maybe take 3 or 4 long, slow breaths right here. One more. And come all the way down. Back knee comes down, hands down inside that left foot. Let's sink into this lunge. So keep a little activity between your thighs, please. Little inward squeeze. Maybe elbows bend. Perhaps your head drops, but your neck stays long no matter what. And we're attempting to keep the legs a bit active. Okay, hips level. Come on down. Maybe walk the left foot to the left. Maybe experiment here. See what happens if you walk your hands or elbows out to the right. Something a little different. Maybe some opening in the left side that you've never felt before. And if you walked your hands to the right, let's walk them back in to center. Okay, whether on your hands or elbows, we can look out to the left. Left hand comes gently to the inside of the left knee, and we just propel the twist in the spine a little bit. More of a gentle propulsion than a push. And if all goes well, we can bend the right knee, reach back for the right foot. Okay, and carefully, respectfully, as always, moving that heel towards your glute will give you a great quad stretch. As you're ready, let's come out of this slowly, step by step, back yourself out. And I'll meet you in a down dog. Again, we'll take a vinyasa or you can rest. So yogi's choice coming up. Right. All right, here's our vinyasa. Inhaling, heart moves forward. Exhaling, walk to your hands and fold. You now roll it up. Exhale your chair. Inhale to stand. And exhale to fold it back down. Halfway up, inhale. Big fold, exhale. Palms are down. Inhale for your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, hover or not. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, we are all back in a down dog now, or even a hands and knees, okay? I have one more little set, and then we'll get down to the mat and bring the energy way, way down. But since we're working on hips, hamstrings, low back, and relaxing, let's get to one of our favorite relaxing postures. All right, inhaling here, right leg up and out behind you. Exhale here, right knee forward. Can we just drop the right knee between your hands and drop the left knee to the floor? So we want to move the right foot a little over to the right, a little over to the left, so that we can have space to kind of sit down. And make sure that the right foot comes closer to your hips if you need a little less opening here, and the right foot goes further away from your hips if you need a little more opening in your right outer hip. So let's make sure that we stay upright here in pigeon for a little while, even if that means you need to walk your hands forward or come down to your elbows. Just stay up with me. Okay, so you're upright in your pigeon. Take a few breaths here, please. Just work on internally rotating the left hip. So make sure the left hip point, the left kneecap, and all your left toes are pointed straight down. It's going to try to externally rotate. So work on that, breathe. And if it feels bad, just slip onto your back and do a figure 4 instead. Okay? But pigeons, I'd like to stay here with you for a little while. Okay? Now that you've been up in your pigeon, start to allow yourself to melt down into it. So you might just melt down to your elbows as stage 1 and let your head hang. You can untuck your toes and relax into your hips more. And keep a little gentle activity in your legs, so they're not completely asleep. They're still resisting the floor with a little bit of their strength, okay? The left leg is strong, the glute and the quad of the left leg are strong, and the right leg is actively resisting the floor. Maybe your forehead eventually comes all the way down. Okay, keep the legs just active enough. See if you can allow the upper body to kind of relax and let go here. And then figure 4s, stay where you are. Continue to move your left knee towards you as you press your right knee away. Pigeons, come on up. There's a little pigeon variation I just want to run you through if you're interested. So if you need a break, take a break, come down, do what you need to do. But try this. If you can stay upright in your pigeon, even if you need to have your hands forward, what about bending your left knee here? If you can reach back with your left hand for your left knee, maybe you can grab the foot. Remember to keep the left hip internally rotating and pointing down and forward. And then maybe that left foot can come into your left elbow. Okay? And then perhaps you keep going and the hands join behind your head. And then the hands can move away from your body. Okay, so try that. Take a few breaths here. Keep that left hip pulling forward as much as you can. And let's come out of that step by step. Okay, fingers down, let go of the left leg. Okay, now turn over your right shoulder, look behind you. Try it again. Try bending your left knee, pointing the toes at the back of your head. What if your right hand could come back for your left foot? Maybe the outside of the foot is appropriate. Maybe you flip it to the other side. Who knows? Okay. Take a breath or two here. Nice little twist. As you're ready, let go of that. And we'll come out. So take your time coming out. If you're in a figure 4, rock it up. Nice stretch, guys. Take your time. We'll all meet in a down dog. Okay, walk that out for a moment. Shake that out. Okay, we're just gonna switch sides right away. We won't even take a vinyasa in between. So here we go. Left leg up and out behind. Big breath in here. With your exhale, drop that left knee between your hands. We'll drop the back knee. And prepare to either flip onto your back and get into a figure four or transition into a pigeon if that's appropriate. So we need to move the left foot a little over to the right to make space for that right hip. And by the way, if your hips don't touch the floor, that's fine. They don't even need to be anywhere close to the floor as long as that's comfortable. But you can support them with a block or a blanket or something if you need. Just make sure they're level and make sure the right hip is internally rotating. So if you're up in your pigeon, take a couple more breaths here, just activating the legs. Figure four, pull that right knee towards you as you press the left knee away. Okay, legs are gently resisting the floor. And allow yourself to come down to elbows maybe. Let the head hang. And then maybe the forehead comes all the way down. Keep a little gentle activity in the legs. Remember, sometimes it's hard to keep them on the clock. All right, pigeons. As you're ready, if you came down, come back up. Figure fours, keep it going, keep breathing. But let's try this knee bend of that right knee. Okay, just try the bend. Maybe you just stick with that for now. But maybe it's okay to look back with that right hand, grab the right foot. So it's tricky here to keep the right hip from externally rotating. So point it down. And if all goes well, we can take the right foot into that right elbow. Okay, maybe left hand comes behind and finds the right hand. And we can move our hands away. And breathe. Remember to keep revolving that right hip forward. And as you're ready, let this go piece by piece instead of all at once. And we'll spin around and look in the other direction. Okay, looking over that left shoulder. What if we bend the right knee, left hand comes for right foot? You can play around with your grip. Some of us are going to want to hold the big toe. Some of us want to hold the inside, outside. I recommend starting with the inner side. As you're ready, let this go piece by piece. Take your time, figure fours and pigeons. We will all meet in a down dog. All right, shake it out, last down dog of the practice. Notice how it feels. Okay, from your hands, travel your awareness up the backs of your shoulders, your low back, your hamstrings especially, calves, all the way through the bottoms of your feet. Walk to your hands as you're ready, friends. Bend your knees generously, and let's just hang here for a moment. Close your eyes. Maybe grab your elbows and swing a little bit. As you're ready, bend your knees so much that you can put your hands down on something. So maybe fingertips today, maybe blocks today, maybe palms. But either way, just let your knees be bent. They don't need to be straight. Let's cross the left ankle behind the right. So your ankles are now crossed. Left ankle is crossed behind the right. And we'll walk our hands over to the left. All fingers pointed out to the left. Let your head hang. Let's take a few breaths here. Okay, notice where you feel this opening, maybe along the right side of your outer hip, maybe along your low back on the right. Walk your hands through center and over to the right. Point all the fingertips to the right. Let your head hang. Take a few breaths over here. Notice where you feel this. Bringing it back to center, switch it up. So the left foot's coming back under the left hip. The right ankle is crossing behind this time. Bend those knees, fingertips point out to the right. Take a little time, hang in your head, breathe in. Notice how your hips and your legs and your low back feel. And then bring it through, fingertips walking out to the left. A few breaths here. All right, friends, bring the hands back to center, feet back to normal, bend your knees, and roll it all the way down to a seat. Shake your legs out here. Nice work, yogis. We did some great work in the hamstrings and the back body today. We did some great twisting. I hope you're feeling pretty good. So let's really cool it down. Let's take a nice straddle, okay? Nice little straddle. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Something comfortable for you. If it's hard for you to sit up straight, maybe you feel, I'll show you from the side, you might feel like you have to kind of round your spine to sit up here, or you have to lean back. Just bend your knees. It makes it so much easier. Such a big improvement. So find your straddle, please. And flex your feet. So your toes are trying to reach back for your nose. And at the same time, activate your kneecaps up in towards your hips, kind of like we do when we're in a down dog and those kneecaps are moving up and in. Do that now. And maybe use your fingertips in front of you or on the side of you or behind you to keep your spine long. So let's just take a moment to activate our legs here. Kneecaps moving inward. There's a slight bend in the backs of the knees. Even if you can extend your knees, put a teeny micro bend in them. And then start to press the heels down and inward, like you're trying to drag your feet toward each other, but they're not going anywhere because they're stuck on the floor. Let's make the spine nice and long. And start to walk fingers forward. Just breathing here. We have no expectations about folding all the way forward. That's not important. Okay. Just notice how it feels on the insides of the legs. Continue to activate them toward each other. Breathe. So we think long spine inhales. Heart moving forward. Exhale. Perhaps today, coming down to elbows. If there's a block that you're using, this is a nice time to come down to a block on your elbows maybe. But if you can keep your long spine and that squeeze between your feet, the elbows under shoulders are great. Continue to breathe. Continue to try to squeeze the legs together and notice what happens in your inner thighs as you do that. Maybe today we start walking the elbows out. Maybe someday the forehead comes down. But we really don't need to force that to happen. We always need a long spine. Heart moving forward. Big breath. Take your time walking yourself back up out of this. Enjoying stops on the way up. And then as you're ready, you can pick up your knees. Pick one up, pick the other one up, and gently slide them toward each other. You might have to just swing one over. They're kind of noodly at this point. All right, scoot yourself so that you're long ways on the mat, and then you can tuck your hands behind your knees and roll it all the way down. Okay, rolling low back out on the floor. Go ahead and point all your toes up here. Let's get a nice inversion here. Okay, circling ankles out. Allowing all the fluid in your legs to drop back down towards your torso. The lymph and the blood. A lot of water in the tissue. And then let's cross the right leg over left. Bend your knees. And you might just start here by grabbing one shin with each opposite hand. So opposite hand to shin, and pause here. Okay. We're lying down, but we'll still try to do a cow pose from lying down. So let's see how that goes. If it's enough to have your shins, just press your shoulder blades to the floor and breathe into your outer hip. You might want a little more. Then you can reach for the outer edge of your feet, outer edges of your feet. And think about, either way, think about pulling your feet away from your hips and moving them toward the floor. So your strong arms are moving your legs downward. Let's take a few breaths here in your supine cow face pose. Great release for your low back. Okay, great release for your outer hip, inner hip. As you're ready, release your grip, but keep the right leg crossed on top. So just let your legs go. Let's take our arms out to the side. Drop the legs over to the left, okay? Legs drop to the left, nose points to the right. Let's breathe here. Long spine, inhale. Strong belly, exhale. Notice how that right outer hip feels here. Let's roll the legs through center. Stick them all up in the air. Okay, shake them out. And we'll just switch sides. So left knee over right here, bend the knees. And then start by grabbing your shins. And it's nice to just start there, even if you can reach your feet. Start with your shins and get the pull down in your arms. Get the press down in your shoulder blades first. And then could you keep your press down shoulder blades as you grab your feet? Okay, move your feet away from your hips and toward the floor. Nice challenge here. Nice opening for that hip and low back. So just breathe. Notice where you feel limited or awkward or stuck. Breathe there. Okay, release your grip on your legs. Keep the left over right. We'll just drop the legs to the right. Okay, look to the left. Find your big twist breath. Okay, long spine inhales. Belly button to spine exhales. Let's bring that back into center. And then we can uncross the legs. Shake them out one last time. And stretch your legs and arms out to rest. Find that resting posture and just breathe. Cultivate bliss. Be still. Find your soft breath through the nose. Find each part of your body softer with each inhale, heavier with each exhale. And give your body this time to soak up the goodness of your practice. Give yourself this time with yourself. Please keep resting as long as you can. Thank you so much for joining.